Good evening, football fans, and welcome to yet another Primetime Face-Off right here, y'all, on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all. That is sports. What's going on, y'all? It's me, your boy, Larry B. Bringing to you here on a beautiful Thursday evening. You already know what time it is, y'all. Thursday night. Time to have some fun. We got some diehards, as you can see, ready to rock and roll. We got some comfy couches back here in the background. We got some Packer plaques going on up here with a beanie, and well, we got a setup over here that I want for Christmas. This is just awesome what Clayton's got going on down here. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome, football fans. This is a game that has been very much anticipated. Why? Because on one side you got a team that I just can't understand for the life of me, can't seem to get to the bowl. They have the team every year. They have a hell of a team, in my opinion. Vrabel is one of my favorite defensive players ever because I was in high school and college during his time in the pros, kind of, and I got to see him, play, and I strive to be a guy like him. And seeing him lead this team, it's like, okay, come on. Can we get there? Can they get there? Can they just get there? Come on. And then you have the Packers, who kind of irritate me because I'm like, you have Rodgers. Anybody would give almost anything for Rodgers. I mean, seriously. And now it's kind of hard seeing him at the moment right now. It's kind of tough. But is it just some crap that's happening at the moment that we'll get through it? Are the Packers going to do it again? Do not forget, in 2010, they weren't even the freaking division champions, you guys. They got in on a whim. And what did they do? They beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. So, yeah, is that going to happen again? I don't know. But we're definitely going to have some fun. We got some people in the comments already ready to rock and roll. So, let's do this thing, ladies and gentlemen. So, with that said, we are ready, and it's going to be a good one tonight. All righty. This bout is scheduled for 3 rounds. It's a 2-on-1 type of deal tonight. It's going to be a little bit of fun here tonight as we have ourselves Week 11's Primetime Face-Off Thursday Night Football as the Tennessee Titans take on the Green Bay Packers live from Lambeau Field, and it is going to be a fun one. Well, to represent them Tennessee Titans, glad to have him here. He, of course, is ready to rock. He's getting warmed up down the shadow box, and I'm glad to have him, y'all. He is, of course, like the man behind the Chattanooga Sports. Glad to have him here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Mr. Trey. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight, man?
Thank you. Appreciate you having me. I'm stoked to be here. I'm stoked for this game. I'm always about the prime time. Obviously, Thursday Night Football is never known for the high scoring, the electricity. But the Titans going into KC a couple weeks ago, obviously, like you mentioned, Larry, Vrabel is the ace in the hole for the Titans with a lot of teams, especially last week. You never know what you're going to get. Packers have been up and down. It feels like sometimes the Titans are up and down because I swear we focus as Titans fans so much on Todd Downing's issues, the offensive line issues, which I'm sure we could talk about. But as you mentioned, I feel confident tonight. It's going to be a obviously very cold night at Lambeau. The Titans are they need this one, obviously. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. Had to sign Josh Lambeau, no pun intended with the Lambeau Field, but had him come in, and he's apparently he's warming up well tonight. So I'm excited, but thank you very much for having us.
Very, very welcome. Glad to have you tonight, good sir. And yeah, tonight, let's see if Tennessee can make Green Bay remember the Titans. Okay, that was horrible. I'm sorry. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry I had to. By the way, we got a Don fan in the house. Just saying. Before we even announced him, we got a Don fan in the house. All right, y'all. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, of course, representing the Packers, we got not one but two tonight. Well, let's just see. Let's see what they bring. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, coming up first. He is just a dude who loves his Packers. Ladies and gentlemen, he's an interesting fellow because, well, he is a diehard Packer all the way from, I guess people like to call it the middle of America, but some people call it that. I've heard it called that before. All the way from where the arch is gigantic, and well, they're trying to, maybe we'll have an NFL team back there again one day in St. Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. Don. How's it going, brother? How you doing today, man?
Hey, man, doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here and very happy to represent the Midwest, St. Louis. Hey, we don't want another NFL team. We've moved on, just as you can see, I've moved on. I could go on for a long time about my NFL fandom. I don't want to bore you. However, this is where I'm at, and I'm glad to be here. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for this matchup versus the Titans. Been looking forward to it. Hey, short week, quick turnaround. If we're lucky, we get a repeat of the 2020 season. I guess it would have been when the Titans last came to Lambeau.
Mm-hmm.
If we could get anything similar to that, I'd be happy. But looking forward to the matchup, and hopefully can keep it rolling, keep the good energy rolling, moving forward.
You gotta love it, man. Yeah, Russ Miller says here, don't let you get hot. Oh boy, wow. Let's see what he's got.
Quick shout out to my boy Russ and a couple other friends in my group chat. My sports betting group chat. They're here watching along. So glad to have them here. And I have convinced them to take the over 40.5. I know you. Trace down here, he says low scoring. I do think it's low, but I think it goes over 40.5. So we're riding the over tonight.
We shall see. So, all righty. And then, of course, we have one more diehard tonight. He, of course, is pretty cool. He looks like the man at Packer Access. Really cool. I did not expect a response. And because usually the bigger accounts, they're more of like, we got a million zillion followers and we just kind of want to know, humble as can be. This guy's got time and I love it. And this is just what makes me want to even help promote with our brand, man. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, welcoming the looks like he's the granddaddy over at Packers Access. We'll find out in a few moments. Mr. Clayton, what's going on, Clayton? How you doing today, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Just really appreciate the opportunity, man. Anytime you get a chance to talk ball, I'm all about it. It's funny because I'm located in Northeast Tennessee, so I'm actually the spy down here watching these Titans behind enemy lines. So here we are.
We got one in the camp, y'all. We got one in the camp.
Love it. Well, gentlemen, let's have ourselves some fun, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, Taryn. Thank you. Well, we got to introduce our peeps real quick, man. Make sure you guys, everybody listening right now, we got a ton of viewers tuning in. Thank you so much. Head on over to app 3 IESR. Get on that freaking voting poll. Let us know who you think is going to win this thing tonight. And, of course, big ups to our judges tonight, Mr. Arthur Parsons. He's the host of the Bayou Bulletin here on IE Sports Radio in Louisiana, covering all Louisiana sports. He's still riding high on the Alabama victory. I'm just saying. Anyway, on top of that, we have Mr. Taryn Rodriguez, the host of the SoCal Scream Sports Show here at IE Sports Radio as well, covering all things SoCal, where I'm located. So me and Taryn, we hook up every now and then, man. Good dude, covering all things in SoCal. So, and of course, he's my co-host for 3 and Out College Edition, where we cover all things college football, literally everything, Division III, NAIA, what you want. We cover it all. And then, of course, the host of Set Point, our volleyball show. So, yeah, these two guys right here will be our judges for tonight. And, well, there's nothing else to do but to get it on. So let's do this, y'all. X Factors. You love them. I love them. We all love them. Mr. Trey, start us off, good sir. You are the away team. You will always be the starter. So let us know. You have 2 minutes on the clock. Let us know who your X Factors are tonight and why.
Couple guys I could mention off the top of the dome. Obviously, Derrick Henry is the king in Nashville. Everyone's going to bend the knee tonight. I think that he, in the cold weather, Derrick Henry, when he gets over plus 30 carries, the Titans record, I believe, and I might be within a game or two here, of 18-3 or 17-2, something like that. Obviously, he is hot off the bench. Obviously, Tannehill could be an X factor tonight. Malik Willis coming off a couple weeks ago was a glaring issue for the Titans and their issues as far as backup quarterback being ready or not, the rookie guy. But Tannehill coming off of the injury with the ankle, play action is going to be big. But defensively, Jeffrey Simmons in the middle, manhandling people. Obviously, Danico Autry as well, but a guy in the back of the defense that you never want to sleep on. I won't be shocked if we see him get a pick tonight is Kevin Byard, because the secondary, the defense as a whole is playing lights out, probably top 3 right now with Denver, maybe one other team up there. But a few guys, Derrick Henry, Jeffrey Simmons, and then Kevin Byard on the back end for me.
Man, that was only a minute. you went quick, and all right, well, there you go. And
I can keep going here for you because there's a guy named Ryan Stonehouse that the Titans actually chose over who we refer to here in Tennessee as the MV punter, Brett Kern. The guy is shooting, obviously missiles left and right. I think he's averaging, last week his long was 75 yards. Obviously, for our Tennessee Vols, we saw Georgia, the Bulldogs, have an insane punt in that game. But Stonehouse is a guy for obviously field positioning reasons. He can turn it really quick. He's done it consistently, and he's been fantastic this year. But the fourth aspect of the game, there's always offense, defense, special teams. But like we've talked about, the coaching, Vrabel against LaFleur, I think everyone's betting on Vrabel. It's going to be one of those things. He's playing chess over checkers every time. Nathaniel Hackett got exposed. Obviously, Andy Reid was matched in his ability to play offense. But the defense, it's somehow, some way. Last week, Vrabel had guys that were second and third strings going for the last minute, 2-minute drive or whatnot that we ended up getting an interception on. So Vrabel is that guy that can get his guys ready and keep them shuffling left and right.
Absolutely, man. Vrabel, I'm a big fan of his. What can I say, man? Even as a coach, he's done well. So, all right, Don, you got us, brother. We got 2 on the clock, man. X factors for tonight and why?
Yeah, well, first off, before I get to that, I mean, Vrabel's a hell of a coach, right? Probably would love to sit down and have a beer with that guy. I've heard nothing but great things about him. But as for the Packers tonight, X factors, I mean, I think number one, just to kind of go off what he said, he says Derrick Henry. I'm going to have to say Big Kenny Clark in the middle on the defensive line. I know the offensive line in Tennessee is a little banged up. I believe what's starting center's out tonight, I believe. Hey, hand up, a couple weeks ago, I'm on Twitter hot calling for Kenny Clark's name. I'm like, does Kenny Clark play for the Packers still? This is this guy that you expect just to play such a big role for this defense and stopping the run first and foremost. And we all know, hey, Packers run defense, not good, right? Not good. Let's be honest about it. It's not good. So we all know we need him to step up and play a big role. Second X factor, of course, you got to say, hey, Aaron Rodgers against a banged up secondary in Tennessee. I mean, hopefully he can keep the energy rolling off the last game. Just 5 days removed. He had a great game, best game of the season by far. For you that have watched, the Packers week in and week out, Aaron Rodgers has looked like a shell of Aaron Rodgers up until this past week, and of course he's the easy one to scapegoat. He might not necessarily own some of his flaws, as if you follow this team closely, but it's time for him to step up and be the MVP type quarterback that we need. Weapons aside, hey, well, it does not matter anymore. It is week 11 football. It's either we gel and we play well together and we move forward, or this ends. I mean, every game for me moving forward kind of feels like season on the line type game. So it's just win, string some together, and hopefully, we make the playoffs, and then anything's possible. So you never know.
Agreed, man. Great job, man. You guys done. You guys just keeping it. I'm loving it, man. It's wonderful. You guys just putting it together nice and good tonight. Awesome stuff as always. Thanks everybody in the chat room, by the way, just chatting it on up. All right, Mr. Clayton, I know you've waited patiently, good sir. Give us your X factors for tonight. You got 2 minutes on the clock.
All right. Yeah, X factor for me, it's Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, I believe he's averaging 5.9 yards a carry. Everybody's talking about Derrick Henry coming in. Obviously, he's an absolute monster. Love watching that guy run the football. The last time they came up to Lambeau, I think they held him to under 5 yards a carry, and A.J. Dillon kind of took over for the Packers. They were almost 6 yards a pop there with him. But the big thing that stands out to me when you talk about X factors is Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel just knows how to win, man. He knows how to call a game. He calls a game to win. He could care less about stats. But like you guys talked about with Aaron Rodgers, what a lot of the Rodgers haters are not talking about is how his thumb's been banged up for several games. And what you've seen was when that thumb got banged up, they immediately went to shotgun. Well, that's completely away from LaFleur's system, where they like to play a lot of play action pass under center, that type of thing. Well, this last game, the reason you've seen Christian Watson blow up, we were back under center the majority of the game. That thumb's getting healthier, and you've seen a lot of play action passes. So I think they're going to try to pound the rock against this Tennessee Titans defense. Again, the Tennessee, they're averaging 4.4 yards per carry right now. That's 19th in the league. And you hear Derrick Henry, you think they got the advantage there. But the Packers rushing, yards per carry is actually 4.9. They're 7th in the league. So they've actually got a little bit more efficient running attack. It's just, will they stay with it? And it's going to come down to 2 coaches loading the box to stop the run. And at that point, I say, okay, who's got the better quarterback? I like my chances with Aaron. And the X factor for me, the second one rather, is the fact that the Packers are a wounded dog, man. They're fighting for their life. They're backed up in the corner. They're going to come out swinging. But, again, it's going to be a great game, and you can't count Vrabel out, man.
Man, down, you guys are just right on time tonight. I'm loving it. It's flowing well, but absolutely 1,000%. Gentlemen, you guys all hit it on the head. Judges, get your first rounds in there, man. That was a good one. Well, let's get on right into the second one, man. No way more wasting time for me. into the fire round. This is going to be some fun stuff here. So weaknesses. We're going to start, of course, with Trey again. What are your weaknesses on the Packers that you feel your Titans could expose to win tonight? You got 2 minutes on the clock, good sir. Begin.
Overall, I mean, obviously, we mentioned that Aaron Rodgers is not the Aaron Rodgers we've known thus far this season. Obviously, the tide can turn at any given time, but I think the way the Titans are getting pressure on quarterbacks, obviously the secondary is a little bit banged up. It is something that I think they can expose, and obviously the young receivers they have there, we know that issue very well as far as our lack of depth since we traded A.J. Brown. But it's something I think that Jeffrey Simmons, I think that those guys can get inside, and they're starting to increase the amount of blitzes they're calling. We did see a lot, or I think more than average, what we saw over the course of the last week. And obviously they were able to get to Russell Wilson with guys that you guys probably couldn't even name off the street. I was like, Andrew Adams is a guy that's playing lights out right now. He's filling in for Amani Hooker, and just, killing it. But I think Aaron Rodgers and the receiving core is something that the Titans could expose with a combination of great coverage from the back end with Kevin Byard. Obviously, Christian Fulton is having a fantastic year, but up front, I think they are getting after the quarterback very well. So that's just something I find that as far as what the Titans can do, it would be something if it's compounding on the issues of maybe it's confidence or communication issues between Rodgers and the receivers, just trying to make some turnovers there as far as the issues on the offense. So I'll say that for now.
Wonderful job, man. Great stuff. Well, let's just keep it on moving, shall we? All right, Don. Well, there's the Titans side. Let's go on over to the Packers side. Well, we're going to be asking you guys the same question, Don and Clayton. What are the weaknesses on the Titans that you feel your Packers can expose to win tonight? You got 2 minutes on the clock, Don. Begin.
Yeah, I would say the quarterback position. We'll start with Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill, if you ask me today, he's cost the Titans over the last season or two, especially in the playoffs. When they went to Malik Willis earlier in the season, I thought, hey, good changeup. Tannehill's hurt, but it's good to see something different because, as a Titans fan, I think you almost have to be begging to see something different. You kind of know what you're going to get in the playoffs from Ryan Tannehill. I think at this point we know who he is. He's a game manager, and that's it simply. So hopefully our defense can expose that. Of course, we're missing Rashawn Gary, a big blow from the pass rush, but I expect the Titans to come out and run the football. So I think this is one of those games you don't miss Rashawn Gary as much necessarily, a guy who we've seen has struggled at setting the edge for our defense. Sorry, I read the comment here. It's probably more left Christian Watson, the X Factor. Other than that, something that we can expose on the Titans, I think, is their defense. I think that if Aaron Rodgers just step up and if he is that X factor and maybe not necessarily a Christian Watson, I'm looking for more of a Randall Cobb game tonight. I'm thinking a Randall Cobb appearance. We definitely get a touchdown from him tonight. Of course, bias, bet it. But I think that that's Aaron Rodgers' guy. I think that if we can keep it rolling offensively, both with the running attack and then, passing the ball, getting it to guys in open space, I think good things can happen. I think we can expose that defense.
Incredible. Well, let's just keep it on going, man. Good stuff there, Don. Clayton, what you got, brother? What are the weaknesses on the Titans that you feel your Packers can expose to win this thing? Got 2 minutes on the clock. Begin.
Yeah, the big thing for me, man, it comes down to, opponent yards per play. And with this defense for the Titans, they're not great. They're 17th, giving up 5.5 yards per play. That seems to be the big gambling stat in today's NFL, and it's proven to be successful when you use that and betting the lines. I'll tell you this, according to PFF, the passer grade for the Tennessee Titans is 8th worst in the league at 60.1. Their pass blocking grade is even worse. They're literally the worst pass blocking offensive line according to PFF as far as grades are concerned. And then when you switch over to the defensive side of the ball, like we said, wanting to pound the rock with Aaron Jones, they've got one of the lowest tackle grades as well. The Titans do at 48.5. So I think what you got to do is stick to the fundamentals, man. Make them tackle your ball carriers. If they're not willing to do that, we got a chance to really grind this thing out on the ground. But on top of that, you really, really want to attack this poor pass blocking for the Tennessee Titans. If I'm the Green Bay Packers, I'm playing run blitz all night long. I'm loading the box and saying you're not going to jam Derrick Henry down our throat, and we do not think that Ryan Tannehill can go over the top. So we're playing snug, bump and run. We're mugging the A gaps. We're coming in to stop the run, and we're going to make Tannehill beat us. I think Tennessee might bring the same type of approach, and when they do, we've seen what Aaron could do last week, throwing 3 touchdown passes to the rookie burner there, Christian Watson, not to mention the crossers that are really going to start opening up, especially with these play action boots with him back under center. That's kind of how I see it. So, the quick answer for me, make Tannehill beat you. I don't think he can. And then obviously take advantage of that bad tackling by the Titans. And let's run the rock and play action all night long.
Man, you 3 gentlemen know football, man. I could talk to you guys all damn day. I know we got a game to watch in a little bit, but I can watch games with you guys. Man. I love all this. Well, gentlemen, it has been awesome so far. Let's just keep it rolling into the lightning round. This is, of course, where we have a game plan. At the end of the day, what do you think? You guys already kind of started getting into it. Some of you have already kind of said it. If you want to just kind of repeat it real fast or however you want to do it, but that's how much you guys know football. That was awesome. So it's about the game plan. So we're going to start one more time with Mr. Trey. And what is your game plan tonight? What must your Titans do? What has to be done? Clayton kind of already for that, but once again, you can kind of go into however you want to go into. But how do your Titans win this thing tonight? How do they go about it? You got 2 minutes on the clock, Mr. Trey. Begin.
Couple things. They obviously rush defense for the Packers is a glaring hole. The Titans are terrible pass rush wise, or excuse me, pass protection wise. But as far as these big brutes, Ben Jones is out. Aaron Brew is a guy that has filled in at guard, and he's been solid in that spot. Obviously, going over to center is a little bit different of a game. I'm not sure if he's calling coverages tonight or if Tannehill will be calling coverages. But run the rock, run the ball. You've got some solid, I'll say as far as pass rush, not known for it, but run blocking, their ability to get some good solid blocks. But obviously they're tight ends. They have the ability, obviously, to chip, and that could hurt in the passing game. But what they can do, I want to see them, if I'm attacking a bad pass rush, is jumbo package, get Troy Carter out there and make sure that these Titans are lined up. And even too, there's a guy named Chig Okonkwo that's come out of Maryland, and he is a clone of a guy named Delaney Walker that we all know very well. Loved him, but he has the ability to line up in a lot of places. They're trying to get him more involved. So I'm thinking shuttle screens, bubble screens, letting, maybe a delayed offensive line release. They tried that with Malik in Kansas City. It was wide open on the right-hand side, and he, as a rookie, not ready to go yet, went left, and it did not go that way for them. But I think, again, like, you have to pound the ball offensively. I think defensively, it's just keep doing what you're doing. Enforce your will. I'm surprised to hear, Don, that the defense would be something that you guys would try to expose, simply because they have been, and I will be the first person to say, the strip tackles where they're trying to go for the ball, guys are falling off dudes, and you can't do that against Aaron Jones. And obviously that's something that you're going to have to hold on and swarm, but that's something I think they can do, especially with Jeffrey Simmons coming back tonight. He is a game changer. He is a guy that a lot of folks are talking about being the dude to take over for Aaron Donald whenever he goes, if it's this year or next year, if he should ever retire. But the dude will be here tonight, so watch for Jeffrey Simmons.
Man, wonderful work. And seriously, guys, this is going to be a fun one here at the end. Clayton, I know you already went into it, but good sir, whatever else you think, man, what must your Packers do tonight to earn this victory? You got 2 minutes. Begin.
Yeah, we kind of talked on defense. You definitely want to mug the A gaps. You want to take away the run and force Tannehill to beat you. But on the offensive side of the ball, I want to see a lot of outside zone runs. We've been running some gap scheme here lately. I want to see them really stretch this defense horizontally, get that defense flowing sideline to sideline, get some boot action, crosser with the deep routes, with Christian Watson being healthy. That's how I think you attack this defense. Now, here's the thing. Nothing's going to catch Mike Vrabel off guard. It never does. Right. So you've got to be willing to adjust. I'm coming out with 2 game plans, man. If you don't like the way things are looking at halftime, scrap it, completely flip the script and go off kill. You could go 11 personnel, open everything up, spread the defense out. There's a lot of things you can do with the healthy Aaron Rodgers. And I'm telling you, watching him put that ball on the numbers last week, this guy is finally healthy this year. I think you're going to see him have a big game, and Aaron Rodgers is as good as anyone on prime time. So I think it's going to be a great game, though, man. But as far as game plan, that's what you got to do. Make Tannehill beat you and stretch this defense horizontally so you can open up that play action pass.
Man, gentlemen, that was amazing. Hell of a face-off, guys. That was going to conclude it, but we're going to go around the horn one more time. We have, of course, our judges tallying up their final scores. Gentlemen, golly, I'm so happy I'm not judging this. I don't ever, my gosh, you guys are too damn good. I loved this. Wonderful work, and you guys know your football. Well, while those judges get their final scores in, we're going to go around the horn one more time. And whatever you want to say, literally, whatever you want to say, if you want to take about 2 minutes apiece, however you guys just hand it off to each other, we'll go Trey, once again, Don, and then to Clayton. Any final words, of course, and then we'll get the plugs at the end, of course, where to find you guys and all that good stuff. But any final words for tonight's game, go ahead and say it. We'll start with you, Mr. Trey.
Yeah, thank you first and foremost for having me again. But here's my rant for tonight. I know in prime time that NFL officiating loves to take the stage. And for the Titans, I am so sick. And again, like we saw last week, Heineke took a knee. Brandon Graham made a dumb decision to hit him. But just to see the flag go, it's like, can we not? The game's, basically over. Horrible. I'm ranting because tonight I want to see a let the boys play type of game.
Please.
Let them line it up.
Please.
Let them pound each other. Obviously, you're going to have some, officiating. But this year, probably more than we've seen in the last 5 years. It's like these guys with the reviews, they're taking 5 minutes apiece. And it's like, it's obvious this guy either fumbled the ball, caught the ball, or whatever we're reviewing. Let the boys play tonight. So that'll be my rant. But again, I'm stoked for this game. I do think, the cold weather with the Titans, I'm interested to see what's going to happen. But as it always does, Todd Downing has to come to play tonight as the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans. You don't get away from Henry, play action, and play your game. So I'm stoked to see what we can do. Again, Packers at home at Lambeau. It's just like LSU in the South over here. You never sleep on the Tigers at night, and it's the same thing for the Green Bay Packers. But again, good to meet you guys. Don, Clayton, appreciate it. Larry, thank you for having me, and tighten up.
Hey, man. Well, make sure you stick around for just a few minutes here. We got to get those plugs in there, but awesome stuff. All right. Well, Don, go to you, man, real quick. Anything you want to say, man, let us have it.
Yeah, I have to absolutely say something about that Taylor Heineke knee down in the flag. Have you ever, any of you seen a quarterback so excited and celebrate a penalty so hard? Never. I was shocked.
Thank you.
I just couldn't believe it. It was disgusting. He got scared and he was rewarded for it. But anyway, we're moving on from. I agree 100%. Let the boys play tonight. The only thing I didn't touch on, that I considered touching on during the X Factors portion, and Clayton, and hey, shout out you too. I follow you on Twitter. It's cool to get on here and meet you and talk to you. And of course, nice to meet you all too. But Clayton, as a fellow Packers guy, I followed you on Twitter, so this is neat. But hey, it wouldn't be a Packers talk if I didn't talk about the Packers special teams. The Packers special teams is a roller coaster of emotion. If you follow this team at all, you know what a dumpster fire it has been for the last several years. And now, we get Rich Bisaccia, which of course, hey, hand up, I'm fired up for it. I was excited, and he does seem like a good coach. I'm not necessarily sure he's had all the talent to piece together to put together a unit that is totally competent. However, it's better. We got to admit it's better. It's been better this year. The Amari Rodgers experience is over. Of course, I feel for that guy. He seemed like a good dude, hardworking dude, just unfortunately didn't have a spot with this team. It's a league that is driven by results, and if you put the football on the ground, unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. And it's not just him. It's the penalties week in and week out. It's the turnovers. So play a clean special teams game that'll help lead the Packers to victory. Of course, complemented with everything else that we discussed. So really happy to be here. It was fun talking to you guys. You guys are very knowledgeable football guys. I've enjoyed it. I could sit around and talk ball all evening. I'm excited for this game. Excited to see what kind of game Al Michaels calls tonight. Al, in my opinion, been struggling a little bit. And I'm a big Al Michaels guy, so I'm hoping for a bounce back game from Al tonight. And hey, regardless, it's going to be better than Falcons Panthers. So you can find me on Twitter, Gwynn, GUINND 314. So that's St. Louis area code. I'm out of St. Louis, Missouri. Really enjoyed it tonight. Last thing I'll say, hey, go Pack, go.
Man, that was awesome. Well, I'm just going through all these comments over here, man. I'm telling you. And plus, I'm not the biggest math person, so without my wonderful wife over here helping me out with the final tally, man, I don't know what I'd do without her. But Clayton, give it to us, man. Any final thoughts for this game tonight?
Yeah, I completely agree, man. Tell the Zebras to take the night off. We don't need it. We want to see these two teams crack skulls all night long. Keep the flags put away, and I guess the best thing to say as we wrap up is it's Lambeau Field. It's 20-degree weather. The lights are on. We're going to have the ghosts of Vince Lombardi and Curly Lambeau roaming the sidelines. It's going to be a heck of a game, man. Regardless who wins, it's going to be. This is what the NFL is all about tonight.
It is, man. You guys have been amazing. I know we're cutting time right here, but gentlemen, let's get on out of here. First things first, we got to say thank you to our judges, like all the scores in. You guys are amazing. Well, first things first, let's take a look at who you guys think is going to win the game. With 63%, our voting poll at 3 and Out IESR, 63% of you are taking the Tennessee Titans to win this thing tonight. So you got the fan vote, Trey. These fans think that the Tennessee Titans are going to go into Lambeau tonight and take the Packers cookies. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. They're just going to take their – I don't know. So we're going to find out. But
their cheese. They're going to take their cheese.
They're going to take their cheese. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has been great. So let's go ahead and get on into who the judges have winning this thing tonight. My goodness, it was a good one. So with this said, Terry Rodriguez will score round number 1, 9-9. Round number 2, 9-8 in favor of Dawn and Clayton. And round number 3, 10-9 in favor of Trey. With a final score, a draw, 27-27.
Oh, push.
But we have one more judge. Arthur scores this bout, 8-7. In round number 1 in favor of Dawn and Clayton. In round number 2, he scores it 9-8 in favor of Dawn and Clayton. And in the final round, he goes final score 8-8, a draw. His final score in favor of tonight's winner, 25-23. Dawn and Clayton win it by 52-50 tonight in our final. My goodness.
Bravo.
Gentlemen, that was golly, man. Can we like hook up and hang out? We can throw a couple back and watch some football. You guys are amazing, man.
Always.
I am just so like, you guys are awesome. I had a great time. Hopefully you guys did tonight too. And well, big ups to our winners tonight. So with our winners, let's go ahead and have a little bit of a, plug yourselves. Let us know where you can find you. Dom, we'll start with you, good sir. Where can all these diehard Packers fans find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at Gwinn, GUINND314. You can find me on Twitter. Hey, come follow along. You basically only get me tweeting mostly on game day. You can find me on game days. I'm always tweeting Packers sports. I'm a St. Louis guy, so I'm a huge Cardinals baseball fan, St. Louis Blues fan. So you can basically find me tweeting about any of those 3 sports, whichever is in season. Hopefully they're overlapping like they are right now. So find me there. Thanks a lot for having me. I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. It's leading right up to game time. So I'm going to kick back, have a couple spotted cows, and bring back a winner.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Clayton, how about you, brother?
Yeah, you can find me at Packers_access. We're a part of the Packernet podcast family. We've got a ton of podcasts out there, everything from fantasy to to the flagship Packernet podcast. And then mine, of course, is Packers Total Access. But just hit me up on Twitter, man. We're never too busy. And I'm telling you right now, bro, this was the perfect way to handle a pregame going into a Thursday night game. This was awesome, man. We really, really appreciate you.
Man, I enjoyed it. That was so much fun, guys. I'm really glad you guys were able to have the time for us tonight. And Trey, of course, where can they find you, brother?
You guys can find me, Trey Winn, TRESWINN, anywhere on social media. You can also find Chat10 Sports. That's our company that we're with here in Chattanooga. We do events. We do our podcast every Monday and Thursday nights, live on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, just like this show right here. But we're talking all things Tennessee sports, from Vols, Titans, Braves, Predators, the whole nine, in this melting pot city that we live in, right on the state line of Tennessee, Georgia. So if you guys are actually down tonight, anytime that we are having a Titans game in Chattanooga, the Chattanooga Titans fans meet up at a place called Tailgate Brewery in Chattanooga. Fantastic food, drinks. I mean, get there tonight if you can, if you're in Chattanooga by chance listening. But again, thank you guys for having me. I followed you guys on Twitter. Good to have it. We'll do it again, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, I hope this. You had me scared for a second, saying we were going to tie. I was like, let that not be an omen of our game tonight.
Please.
We don't want none of that. And trust me, guys, that's what we have our judges. I mean, we only had 2 tonight. We get up to like as many. With the IE Sports Radio team, we're over 30 right now around the country. We have shows everywhere. I mean, we're trying to fill some spots here. But yeah, so the judges get crazy because that's all of our people here at IE Sports Radio. Sometimes we have 2, 3, 4, 5. It's crazy. But gentlemen, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Tonight was amazing. You guys were probably, oh my gosh, one of my favorite face-offs I think we've ever done in the last couple of years doing this. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your time tonight. Get on out of here. Go enjoy that game. It's going to be a good one. Gentlemen, we'll be in touch soon. Thank you so very much. Take care. God bless you and your families, and we'll all talk soon, gentlemen. Take care.
Thanks,
Take care, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks. See you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my final verdict has arrived. And, well, let's go ahead and talk about this real fast. Who am I picking tonight? Short and sweet. Golly, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game as it was a face-off. Didn't you guys enjoy that? I mean, can we get one more round of applause for these guys, man? Please go give them all a follow. They are incredible. My gosh, just what a freaking face-off. And, well, to end the night off and get on into this game over on Amazon Prime, ladies and gentlemen, this is not easy for me. But I don't know. I feel like right now Aaron Rodgers is getting tough. He's getting hot at the right time. Maybe this team can pull through it. They just beat the Cowboys. But, it's so hard for me to do this, but I'm going to have to go with the Titans tonight to win this thing. I'm going to go final score 27-24. It's going to be a damn punch fest. And I am going to say it. It's going to be a good one. Yeah, good score there too, Taryn. It's going to be a good one, but I'm going to have to take those Titans to win tonight. We'll see what happens, but there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have been all amazing. Thank you. Head on over to iesportsradio.com. Show some love. Head on over to our shop. Grab you one of these. Jaguars fans, this is your color, guys. So, hey, go ahead and hit it up. I'm just saying. Show us some love. You can follow me, your boy Larry B, at the THE_LB53. And, of course, show us some love there. Give the show a follow at IE Sports Radio right here. I'm sorry, at 3 and Out IESR. Show us some love, y'all. We are always ready to rock and roll with sports. And, well, we are your direct feed for all that is sports. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a great one tonight. Thank you all once again for being here. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to our judges and everybody. It was just a great. Thank you for all these scores coming in, by the way. It was a great face-off. And, oh, man, I can't wait to have more like this. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. Enjoy the game. Be safe out there tonight. Whatever you do, be safe. If you're going to drink responsibly. If you're going to have a good time, have a good time. But just be safe doing it and get home tonight. All right. With that said, you guys, that's going to do it for me, your boy Larry B. We'll see you guys coming up on Sunday evening for Sunday Night Football's Primetime Face-Off. Hopefully we get another one of these. That was a good one. All right, y'all. With that said, that's going to do it for me, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.